Hello and welcome to Ascending Without Wings. My name is Raina and this will be your reading for Aries for the week of the 2nd to the 8th of December 2019. And I apologize for my absence, but I am back now and I'll be doing readings weekly. I will also try to do some twin flame readings for those of you who are resonating with that journey, or that path, I guess you could call it. Okay, and for those of you who are not aware, Arch Angel Michel is my guide and I do channel him through my readings, and so whatever he would like you to know about this coming week, Aries, is what I'm going to bring through. So, Michael, what do you have for Aries for the week of the 2nd to the 8th of December 2019? Aries, 2nd to the 8th of December 2018. Let's just see what's going on first. Okay, one more card, please. Okay. Just a moment. Here we go. All these correct cards for Aries. Anything in reverse? All incorrect as well. Thank you. All right. So Aries, wow. Oh, you're having a rough time, huh, Aries? Interesting. You're starting off the week with energy of 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. The only good thing about it is that it's a 10, and that represents completion. So you're coming to the end of feeling burdened. Okay, Wands represents the actions or the responsibilities, the things that we have on our plate, so to speak. You know, you might commit yourself to having things to do with family, as well as friends, as well as volunteering, as well as work, and you overstretch yourself. And you know, these ones kind of can represent that. So you're starting off the week with the energy of, I need to unburden myself of the things that are way too much, like whatever's too much on your plate, so to speak, is what you're feeling like putting down. And anything, like, there's a funky energy about this as well. I just feel like there's a lot of unappreciative, let's say, connections or friends, family, associates, whatever. You can sometimes have friends that you're putting a lot of time and effort and energy into, a friendship with another person, and it may sometimes feel a little one-sided and you feel a bit burdened from that. So those kind of energies are coming up as well. For some of you out there, it's kind of like, yeah, why am I always the one chasing this friend? Like, I thought it was a mutual, you know, friendship. Why am I always the one falling over myself to hang out? All of this kind of thing. I'm sure you'll be able to place it if this applies to you. But the best thing, as I said, Aries, is about dropping all of the extra weight, or I heard dead weight, okay? For those of you that classify it as dead weight, all right? It's just a matter of perspective, okay? Like, we take on whatever is on our plate. We choose to put that there at some point in time. And if our priorities change and our personal lifestyle, you know, schedule changes and things like that, got a new partner, new job, different time hours, got a pet, got to take it for walks, whatever it may be. Something happens in life and things change. And then all of a sudden you can't maintain those obligations or those commitments that you've made. You shouldn't feel bad about releasing things that you can't give your 100% to. If you can't put enough time, effort, and energy into something, don't waste people's time, okay? So don't feel bad about this, Aries. If you need to drop certain things in your life, a few hobbies, a few activities, whatever it may be, don't feel bad. Because if you're trying to go within I feel like a lot of you are going through a bit of self-reflection as well. Like, we all are, okay? We're all ascending, we're all evolving, our souls sort of coming up more to the forefront and starting to talk and really be heard, for those of us who can calm our minds down and listen. Okay, so don't feel bad, Aries. I feel like some of you are kind of like, oh, but I'm letting people down if I don't maintain all these hundreds of balls in the air that I'm juggling. No, okay? Only do as much as you can without burning yourself out, Aries, please. I'm sure you're realizing this because you're at the 10 of Wands. You're putting them down. You're putting all those ones that are overburdening you down. So that's a great thing. But there's also something that you're accomplishing, working on in the physical world. This could be saving up to buy a house. This could be studying to get a qualification, something like that. I feel like this is in the physical world. But whatever it is, it's a very slow moving pace. And they may be causing you a little bit of frustration this week, Aries, because you're a fire sign. You like to take action. You like to power ahead. You don't like to be this slow energy of, okay, it's a workhorse. It's going to take one very precise, planned step, and it's going to be the most efficient step possible. Whereas Aries will just charge straight through. So there's some sort of project, something that you're working on in the physical world that will get you some coins in the physical world, I would imagine, from the feeling I'm getting from this card. But it's a project or an investment or possibly saving, something like that. But it's moving very, very slowly, and that's really an issue for you this week. It's coming up in your reading. So I really feel like you're feeling the pain of that, the patience that you need to have for things to fall into place the way they're going to, or they need to. Okay. Then midweek, we got the Justice card, Aries. So I just heard karma. Karma comes in good and bad forms, but one thing you got to realize, Aries, is that the energy that you have put out into the world is the energy that will return to you. So if your intentions have been pure in everything that you have done in your life and all your dealings with people, places, and things, then the purity of the intention is the energy that's coming back to you in karmic form. However, if your intentions have not been pure, then that karmic energy is not going to be pure when it comes back to you either. Okay? And I know I sound quite unpleasant saying that, but when I hear karma, I understand karma very well. I've seen it play out in my life. Like, yeah, I've been lucky enough to be around long enough to have seen just how you can't escape what you put out into the world. If you only ever put out loving thoughts and intentions out into the world and you get trodden on by a few people, it's life just teaching you that you gave too much of yourself and you need to keep some of you for yourself and you need to love yourself above others. Okay? But if you've had ulterior motives and if you've only given love conditionally and been a person that's all about you, I'm sorry to say, Aries, but if that comes back to you, don't sit around putting your hands in your face and crying over it, because at the moment, with all the astrological energy and things like that, Saturn return, I'm just hearing again, I'm not sure if you guys are into astrology or you know much about that, look it up. Your Saturn return is basically your karmic energies for, like, I think it's a 20-year cycle, a 25-year cycle. I'm not an astrologer, so don't quote me on that. But for others of you, I feel like there's court cases or court proceedings going on, and that's also taking up a lot of your time and energy. There could be with certain court things, you might have to attend court on different occasions. That may be coming up this week, or something major with it, because it's coming up in your energy where whatever this is about, all you want is justice, Aries. Okay? And the thing is, when I'm feeling that kind of thing, you have a whole team of angels and ascended masters and guides that are with you. So I would strongly advise, whatever you're going through this week, Aries, call on them. Give them permission to help you and guide you to the best possible outcome for you and everybody involved. Because that's the only way to have a pure intention in all of this, okay? And I know this is sounding like, I don't even know who this reading is going to apply to, but just try and know that whatever's happening, it's justice playing out, regardless of how it may manifest in your physical reality, how it may impact you, or how it may look to you, okay? And especially when it comes to the ego. If your heart is humble enough to handle whatever is coming your way, but your ego is like, I don't like it. Tell the ego to shut up and get back in its seat. Because right now, universal divine justice is being dished out everywhere. You can see it all over the news. The things that have been done in the dark are all coming to light. So, and that is happening there with the bigwigs, with the elites and the 1%ers, and it's also happening down here on our level of everyday people also. Okay, so Aries, I'm sorry. I don't even know if I want to post this reading now after that's come up. Gosh, let me just clarify something. Angel Michel. Seriously, that was what needed to be said for the cards. Is there anything else for those cards? Okay, all right. All right. So later in the week, Aries, we get on to a lighter energy of the Six of Cups. Okay, so the Six of Cups is about innocent, pure, almost childlike connections. It can also represent past life connections. For those of you that are on the twin flame journey, this is definitely a twin flame card. So if you resonate with that, this could be you recognizing or realizing that you have a twin flame. That could also be the justice that's playing out. Karmic justice in here and in here, okay? You're realizing things. You're seeing things for what they are. You may have known your twin in this lifetime. You may or may not have had a good interaction with them. But maybe this is you realizing who they are and what they mean in the scheme of things. Maybe you're just realizing that you're a twin, possibly. Or this could also be somebody returning to your life that could be from your childhood, estranged siblings, childhood friends, anything like that. It's a very sincere, very pure and innocent energy. So it's a really beautiful thing, Aries. I'm really happy to see that after the things that have just been said, okay? Because you need some sentimental, soul-nurturing, heart-warming stuff in your life. We all do, okay? That's what we're made of, dude. That is what we're made of, so we need that stuff, no matter what anybody wants to tell you. But the thing is, Aries, this week is almost like a prickly week. Like, that's the only way I can say it. It's kind of challenging, but at the same time, it's got some beautiful moments and some blessings if you are willing to look for them, honey. Sorry. It's just like, I feel like you've been through a lot and you haven't been the best version of yourself all your life. And none of us have, Aries. Like, not any one of us have been the best version of ourselves in our life. I was probably the crappiest version of myself in 2015 and 2016 I have ever been. 2017, I woke up to myself, and now I'm a completely different person. Now, if I can transform that much, Aries, any human being can, and I know of other people. I lose count of how many people I know personally that are ascending, that are evolving at the moment, that can say exactly the same thing, that they were probably at their worst in 2015 and 2016. So I really feel like you need to give yourself a break, Aries. Because yes, you're going through self-reflection and you're going through a bit of self-evaluation and a bit of growing and things like that, but that doesn't mean that you beat yourself up, okay? You need to know that. Whoever's listening to this needs to know that, all right? Because I'm saying this because you've got the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about defending yourself, standing your ground, knowing who and what you are and what you're worth. Okay, this could be other people getting a little bit envious of your position in work, maybe your sense of authority or your importance amongst the group of friends or the community that you're a part of, something like that. It's just those ones that are underneath you, they're jealous rivals that are just trying to whack you and bring you off your perch. That perch you climbed up to fair and square. You earned your position that you've got. So you need to remember that, okay? Whoever's trying to bring you down this week, you need to stand your ground. Do it from a place of humility and unconditional love, please, Aries. Because the thing is, knowing your worth and having an ego about it are two different things, okay? And I say that with complete respect, because being a Taurus, having been raised by a very ego-y Aries myself, I was very ego-prone once upon a time myself, and we can't help that. We just become autopilot kind of people at one point in our lives, but this is why we're ascending. This is why we're going into self-reflection and self-evaluation. It's so that we can actually look at ourselves and go, I like these bits, I'll keep these bits, but I don't like these bits, and I'm going to modify that, and I'm going to erase that. Okay, you do not have to carry on the cycles or the patterns of your ancestors or your parents or anybody else. You choose the life that you have, and you choose who and what you are in this day and in this moment. It doesn't matter who you were yesterday, last year, 10 years ago. You are better, wiser, and stronger than you've ever been in this moment right now, Aries. And you need to know that. So please know that, okay? We all are. It's impossible for us to still be here if we're not stronger and better. There are contracts playing out for all of us that are just way beyond our comprehension right now. And if you're still standing, Aries, there's a reason, okay? So don't let it go to your head. Let it go to your heart. And make it expand your levels of self-love and self-respect, but not be like, ew, I'm better than you. Because you're not. Okay? We're all as good as each other. We're all equal. I'm sorry, Aries. I don't mean to be picking on you. And I know I almost feel like I'm picking on you. Michael, am I picking on Aries? No, I'm not picking on Aries. Yeah. It's what he wants you to know. Okay, Aries, I'm putting it out there for you. Michael, is this card Aries? No, this is somebody talking. Ooh, Aries, hello. Sorry, I just had to clarify. So you're ending the week on a good note, Aries. I believe this is somebody that wants to offer you a little cup of love with the added garnish of a fishy. Okay, the cups represent emotion. Okay, all jokes aside, it's very sentimental, very pure connection and affection that somebody wants to offer you by my interpretation of this card. There's a lot of healing to be had, and it's a very passionate person. They've also grown quite a bit. And the thing is, Aries, I feel like for some of you, this is your own inner child. You're healing your inner child. And you're healing your inner child so much that it's quite literally, this weekend is going to be pretty beautiful for you and pretty profound. And I'm really glad after the reading that we've just gone through, if you're ending the week with this kind of energy, I'm really happy, Aries. And you know what? The love that your own inner child and your own inner masculine and feminine energies give you, there is no comparison to the love that you get from any person outside of yourself. Okay? So this is really profound, amazing healing and a lot of love coming to you from your own multidimensional self, Aries. And that's amazing. But for some of you also, this could be, like I had said, that Six of Cups, the old sentimental childhood friend that you were just like, you know, sit around hanging out and giggling for hours and without a care in the world. It's a very pure and innocent thing. I do not see this as a relationship kind of, you know, thing. Actually, Michael, could this be relationship for somebody? No? It's like a childhood friend. Okay. So it's like a childhood friend or a soulmate or, you know, a past life connection or somebody, but it's a very sincere connection. I feel like this is coming into your reality this week. And it may take you a little while to realize who this is, Aries. Or maybe you're already having dreams and your soul kind of knows when these people are coming into your life. So if you're feeling something or you're sensing something, and then all of a sudden this person appears and like you talk to them for 2 minutes, it's like you've known them all your life and it's like, whoa, hello, oh my gosh, you just get me. Don't doubt it, Aries. Don't be a doubting Thomas, Aries, as they say. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. Okay. I have a friend in England. Random English terms. Random. Okay. Is it only 5 for Aries? No. No. What else do you have for Aries, please? God. Okay. So, Aries, let's start off with caution. It says, there is no truth behind this farce. Be wary of smoke and mirrors. Look closer and the illusion will soon melt away, revealing a sanctuary where only truth remains. Don't trust everything you hear, Aries. Speaking of which, trust is next. Okay, so don't trust what you are being told. There is more to this situation. The answers lie within the finer details, which are not being shared with you. There you go, Aries. A responsibility. Become discriminate about the people you choose to help. There are too many people in your life who don't take responsibility for themselves and instead rely on you to sort it out for them. You have no idea how many people lately have been getting that card in particular. Okay? So I feel you, Aries. I feel you. And I get why you've got the 10 of Wands there now. Totally. If people are doing that, I'm glad that you're ready to ditch them or at least distance them from your life, because they're quite literally just a drain on you. I'm sorry to say it, but they are. Okay, preservation is the next one. So it says, reevaluate this battle you are engaged in. A hasty retreat may be in order. Self-preservation can be the only thing salvageable. Yeah, pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles, Aries. Yeah, steadiness. Things seem to be moving slowly, but use this time to your advantage and gather your resources and rebuild your energy. You are going to need them, Aries. And we're finishing off the week on the note of faith. I love it. Loving and then letting go is not only one of the most challenging things we can do, it's also the bravest. Take big deep breaths and know that this is right. All right, Aries, you, my friend, especially if you're a twin flame, are dealing with a karmic that you need to let go of. I've had multiple karmics that I've had to ditch in my life, and trust me, I know how hard that is, but once you do, and you stay away, and you remember the lessons that they have taught you, you will be much happier. Trust me, I know from experience. Anyway, thank you, Aries. I'm sending you all of my love and light, and I will see you next week. Thank you.